Good evening, ladies and gents. It's your boy Ramblin' Shaq with another Trend Beast video. So, subject has been brought to my attention concerning this situation happening with the dude from Stanford. I'm sure you've heard of it. 20-year-olds, college dude at Stanford, swimmer, med student, raped the girl. She was unconscious. She could not give consent. He raped her behind a dumpster somewhere. The judge ruled that, being so young and not having any criminal records, that he was too tender and, and too fragile to go to prison, so they gave him probation. Now, I used to be a CO. Did a whole year in state prison. Couldn't hack it. Not my kind of thing. Don't like being around that kind of negativity. But during my time, I encountered, men old enough to be my granddaddy, men young enough to be my younger brother. Talking people for ages from 17 to 90. And all these men had one thing in common. They did something that was against the law, and they had to pay the price for it. Now, the crimes varied. Their attitudes about the crimes varied. Some of it was an accident, but they had to pay the price for it. It's about responsibility. There is a law of physics. For every action, there is an equal reaction. When I was younger, my dad used to tell me, you're big enough to pass a lick, you're big enough to take a lick. Meaning, you punch somebody, you're going to get punched. There's rules. When you do something wrong, you have to face the consequences for it. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, he's young. This is what I'm trying to say to you. You got dudes in juvie right now who are waiting for the 18th birthday to go to prison because they were 13, 14, 15 years old and committed a crime. And they have life. What I'm saying is, age don't mean jack. No criminal history doesn't mean jack, because there's many dudes that get sent away every day who've never committed a crime. They make one mistake and their life is over with. Sometimes it's not even a crime such as rape. I've met some dudes when I was at the prison who were locked up for the rest of their life for drug dealing charges. Or maybe not the whole rest of their life, but they were 17 then, they had 20, 30 years. So they was going to be old enough to be people's granddaddies by the time they got out for drug dealing. This dude rapes a girl. Isn't even, it was hazy. I didn't know whether, she was passed out and you had sex with her. So there's no blurred lines on that. I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt on some of these situations where they're like, oh, well, first she said yes, then she said no, then those you can say, okay, well, it's fuzzy. But this ain't fuzzy. It's black and white. You went to this chick that was passed out, you took her behind a dumpster, you slept with her. That's rape. Everyone even ruled it was rape. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, he's in, his innocence should be corrupted. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. If this dude had been poor, I'm not even talking, poor and black. I'm saying if this dude had been poor, if this dude had been a white dude, who grew up in the trailer park, who got a baseball scholarship or something, to Georgia State or Georgia Southern, and this dude's parents were maybe just military and it was humble beginnings, and he was out there on fast for half baseball scholarship, they'd have thrown a book at him. This is a rich kid who had a rich daddy who had connections, getting let off easy for something this girl has to live with. This woman has to know, and she doesn't even get the satisfaction to know her attacker is behind bars. Her attacker gets to walk the streets free. And she's got to live with this for the rest of her life. Can you imagine the kind of trauma that this girl has to deal with? And people are, oh, poor kid, poor kid. You got sympathy for the kid? Sympathy? Oh, okay, so he can't swim anymore. He's never going to be a doctor again. Okay, he still gets his freedom. And he gets to sleep at night. Oh, he's a sex offender. And that's the least they could do. He deserves a whole lot more. He deserves to be told when to wake up. He deserves to be told when to go to sleep. He deserves to be locked somewhere at night so where he can never rape somebody again. Because now this doesn't even teach a lesson. What lesson does he learn? He got probation. That is a slap. That's beyond a slap on the wrist. What lesson does this boy learn? He's learned, I'm white, I'm rich, and my family's well connected. I can do whatever I want to whoever I want and face no precautions for it, face no repercussions for it. I can rape as many women as I like, kill somebody if I want to. No one's gonna do anything to me because my family's powerful. My daddy's got money. So now, if someone else gets raped, that's gonna be on that judge's conscience, and I really hope it keeps him up at night. Like, I'm not wishing anybody else get raped, but I'm just wishing that something gives this judge nightmares, because you know what? I'm not even gonna talk with. I'm gonna talk to the judge in a minute. I want to talk to this boy first. I want to talk to this kid. And if any of y'all watching this, y'all got access to this kid, please show him this video. Listen here, boy. Listen here, kid. Alright? I ain't too much older than you. I'm 22. I'm 2 years older than you, bruh. I got a little brother who is 16. My 16-year-old brother knows the difference between consent and non-consent. My 16-year-old brother knows no means no. My 16-year-old brother knows that if a girl is passed out, that means she cannot give consent. So what I want to know is what your dumb ass is thinking. Oh, you were drinking? Oh, no, like I said, I'm 22, which means I've been legally able to drink for, 2 years now. Which, by the way, if you're 20, that means what you were doing was illegal anyway. Maybe if you quit trying to be grown and been studying instead of drinking alcohol, maybe you have to be in this, situation in the first place. You ain't go to college to drink. You came to college to study, but it'd be unrealistic to expect people not to underage drink. It's just unrealistic, I suppose. What I'm saying is, I'm drinking far more than you, bro. I'm sure of it. And, I've had some nights when, I had a little bit too much to drink. Even at those points, when I drank that damn much, I had the common sense to know that a passed out girl is not, that's a no-go. You don't know. You can't smash. If she's crashed, you can't smash. I have never been so drunk that I wouldn't know that. I'm just saying, I don't know, I don't know what you was drinking. Maybe you was chugging Everclear all night. But I'm just saying, all the stuff I done drank, and I've drinking enough to dehydrate me enough to send me to the hospital. I have sickle cell, Never drank too much to not know what consent meant. Never drank too much to know that a passed out girl cannot, let me know that it's okay to get the goodies. I'm just saying. You took her behind a dumpster. You removed her clothes. See, now I'm saying that means you know what you're doing. Because if I got to lift you up, take you somewhere, at that point I'm doing too much. At that point I should know that there's a difference. That it's beyond, reasonable. But the judge, you was dead wrong. Because you ain't teach nobody a lesson. So I'm just gonna leave y'all with this, because I'm at work, so I can't really talk about this to the length I want to talk about it. I'm gonna just say he was wrong, the judge is wrong, this whole situation is wrong. Today, young lady, I'm terribly sorry this had to happen to you. My condolences. Anyway, Ramble and Shack is out. Wish y'all love, peace, and hair grease.